breaking. Nigerians are demanding for the impeachment of Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, the president of Nigeria. And this call has started on social media. Do not forget that this is how NSAS started. So nothing should be taken for granted at this moment. This followed several security issues and recently the murder of an All Progressive Congress chairman, Philip Shekau, in Nasarawa State. Banditry, kidnapping, and terrorism has continued to worsen in the north of Nigeria, and unfortunately for them in the north, they are not speaking up, they are not protesting, they are not acting like the south of Nigeria. They have been told that the Southerners are only trying to find a way to kick Buhari out and that Buhari is the best man. So it is more or less a tribal issue, tribal sentiment, rather than looking at the problems on ground. Social media users who are tired of Buhari issuing statements, dumb statements, weak statements, ineffective statements without doing anything tangible have called for him to be impeached for failing the people. Buhari, in a statement signed by his spokesman, Garba Shehu, had said that the nation's security system must do more to end the incidents of violence in the country. The late APC chairman was shot twice, leading to his death. Police investigation is expected to determine if this was an assassination or kidnapping-related murder. Recently, in Zamfara State, some terrorists invaded a prayer ground mosque and kidnapped, injured, did all of these terrible things they did. And they later freed the imam and some few people. Why? Because the target was rich sugarcane farmers and they couldn't get some of them. So the few that they could get, I would give them millions of naira in ransom. Those are the ones that they want to keep. So what kind of nation is this? This is something that is happening in Buhari's own state. That's why I do tell you that having a president from a particular region or the other does not change anything. When they come in there, the first is to protect themselves and their family and their friends. They are criminal entity. That's all they do. And they make sure that they keep the money back and nothing more. So the issue of insecurity and all of those things, maybe once in a while, if the noise is too much, then they act a little because they are not really there to serve. They are there to pocket. In reactions of people here and there, as regards the tragic incident, Buhari, while commiserating also with the family of the deceased, said, I strongly condemn the killing of Philip Shekau. He strongly condemned because that is the politically correct way to write. I strongly condemn the killing. He didn't even say so. It's actually his spokesperson that he has that told him about it. They said, all right, issue a statement. And he said, I strongly condemn. How do you strongly condemn without acting? When someone say, I strongly condemn, you need to see the action of this person. They went on to say he was kind and jovial. His contribution towards the strengthening of the party in Nasarawa State will not be forgotten. May his soul rest in peace. That's the end. Now, this nonsense written without action did not go down well with some social media users who accused the president of having turned the country into a manning nation, a nation of blood. One said, can somebody be close to Buhari? Ask him what actually prompted his coming back to power after he failed woefully as the military head of state in 1984 to 1985. That is because history has been taken off from schools. People do not know. And they sold people this thing. And of course, some people embraced Buhari because they themselves did not know any better. Buhari came back to take what he didn't take in that 1984 to 1985 because that period was so tight. But now he realized that there is a lot to take. So Buhari came to help his health, his wife, his children, and position them. He came to give them what he was unable to have. Another person here said, so he could comment on one dead politician but cannot sympathize with over 20 young youth killed for protesting within their circumference of right. That's it. And I was say, well done, Mr. Chief Mourner. Continue mourning the blood of innocent. Any government that fails in securing the lives and providing welfare for its citizens is a failed government. Now, weigh your performance and score yourself. As for me, you have failed woefully. So Someone said this Buhari government has turned to a specialist murder. It's only under such a failed government that 8 ASP will be abducted without any fight back from the government. All this government does is to mourn, and it's a shame. It's a total shame. It's so much fun. This is funny. We are talking about people who are supposed to protect you, people who claim, who believe they've been trained, but now terrorists are abducting police officers. Terrorists are abducting police officers. So you should know that there is nothing else remaining. Someone said, can the National Assembly kickstart Buhari's impeachment? I mean, in 5 years, this man has plunged us into 2 recessions. Insecurity is something else. Money is retrieved as loot have been stolen and restolen, and we have achieved nothing. Corruption is still a menace with a very weak institution. Another one said, I have not heard the President, Senate, or House of Rep talk about impeachment. The insecurities and the level of corruption that have dried our economy is enough to impeach General Buhari out of AS0-ROCK. Someone else said, do more what? Your security agencies are very good at hounding down innocent and defenseless citizens, but ran away with their tails between their legs when confronted with terrorists. Keep doing more, looking the other way when it concerns kidnappers and terrorists. A country where the president and the vice is just a spectator in the hands of criminals, yet they are releasing Boko Haram members back to the society, and even asking them to join the military, and even promising them that they could become president. President of what country? President of a banana republic? And I will say, how sad. Nigeria has been turned into a docile nation where leaders only want to be heard and do not like to listen. What kind of rulers sit in his residence and refuse to give a press briefing about the state of the nation? We will continue to observe as things get worse because our government lacks clues. So these are the comments. People say shallow government, shallow president, blood-sucking government, blood-sucking military general. This is terrible. Now, the question I want to throw to you out there, aside all of us pointing out one problem or the other, what is the solution to all of this? If you are given the chance to make amends, to do things right, what are the solutions? What are the ways that you will want to put in to put these things right? These are the questions that I want you guys to let us deal with. What are the solutions to all of this? Someone asked the question, why Buhari came back after his failure as military head of state? Do you have an answer? One, someone replied and said, Buhari has an agenda to bring back all the Fulanis from the Sahel into Nigeria. That is the reason he was pushing to bring himself back. And of course, greedy Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and not just Tinubu alone. People always think of Tinubu. No, it is a conglomeration of different parties that came together to bring Buhari back. And of course, the Northerners involved in this. And also, Ruga, cattle colonies, and many of these things. And of course, you see the business they are doing with Niger now, train station to Niger, oil also, and many of these things with Niger. These are part of the projects that Buhari came back.